What's going on, ladies and gents? It is your boy Gamma back with the lovely
Juju.
Today we're talking about Porsha Williams losing support from her friends and family.
Say it ain't so.
Oh my goodness. Guys, if this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, notification bell so you won't miss a video like this. If you've been here before, you know the drill. Like the video, share the video, get ready to leave your thoughts on what we will be discussing. We're talking about Porsha Williams and all of the madness. Some of the information that we have is new, but we're also going to talk about things that transpired maybe a few weeks,
Right.
maybe even a few months ago. And we're going to do our best to share our thoughts regarding what we've been seeing. There's been a loss of support, in some cases a loss of love, in other cases maybe outright betrayal.
Yeah.
Coming from Porsha's camp.
Yeah.
And her friends and family. So
Ain't looking good.
It's not looking good. And, we're going to do our best to explain why this has been the case. So first and foremost, let's start off with Lauren.
Yes.
Right. Lauren is Porsha's sister, her only sibling, right?
Yeah.
That we know of.
That we know of, yeah.
Only one that she ever, put out there and talked about, etc.
Right.
Lauren has been one of those girls or, sisters that's been very positive for the most part.
Yes, very.
You don't really catch her saying anything negative about Porsha.
Yeah.
And even when there's a dispute, an issue, a fallout, or anything, you can tell she's very gracious and tactful in how she speaks.
Balance, yeah.
Right. Like she doesn't even want to put everything out there that may be true because it may reveal things that she's working to, cover up or hide.
Right.
For lack, for fear of judgment.
Right.
So in one of the recent episodes of Porsha Family Matters, do you recall what Lauren did or said or, alluded to that shows that even she's, running thin on patience?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that whole Mexican trip.
Yeah, the whole trip pretty much, right?
I said Mexican trip. Mexico trip.
Mexico.
But yeah.
Mexico.
But yeah, pretty much like she was just really throughout that whole trip pleading for Porsha to be present, to be involved. Right. So she could work on herself. But Porsha, she thought she was fixed.
You know what's crazy about that, what you just said?
What's that?
I would say that the majority, if not really the entire trip, was centered around Porsha.
Yes.
The spiritual healing, the meditation sessions,
Everything.
The group therapy, the retreat, all of that was about Porsha.
Lauren was really trying to help.
Now, everyone else could benefit from it, of course, but my
Right.
point is she really put that thing together for her sister. Like, let me try to do something positive to help her. And as you said, Porsha was just in her own world.
Right.
She was like, I'm good. Let me get my makeup. She wasn't even focused on that entire moment.
It was almost as though she was just taking a boo vacation with Simon.
Right.
She just wanted to be with him.
It was quite awkward. And then there was something else too that she mentioned, and I think you already touched on it. But when they had the one-on-one,
right,
like a sit down, she straight up told Porsha, I want you to be your authentic self. Live your true life,
deep.
your true self. And again, that's Lauren again being tactful.
Yeah.
Being careful in how she word things so she doesn't hurt Porsha's feelings.
Right.
But at the same time, she's being honest about it. And that's basically calling her out like, yo, you being fake, yo.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who and what you are right now. Like, that's another way of looking at it. Like, she was really letting Porsha know in front of the cameras, I'm trying, girl.
Yeah.
Used to be your assistant. I had to quit. You remember she said she had mental breakdown, or she had to get therapy after working for Porsha?
Right. It was that crazy.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
And I know even the mom before they got on the trip, Lauren's mom,
Right.
she was saying, yes, this trip is to help out Porsha, but you yourself could even benefit from it. Because she's been dealing with a lot of Porsha's mess for a long time.
And she's been suppressing it.
Yeah.
I don't think Porsha really knows. I don't want to outright say she don't care. I know that's what most people would say. Oh, Porsha don't care. And I mean, that could be the truth, underlying truth. But for the most part, it's like Portia's just completely oblivious to the pain, to the strain, to the stress that she's been causing Lauren.
Yeah.
And that's what's so crazy. So we got one aspect and we got one person.
Right.
We got anybody else in terms of family or close friends and the change of dynamics?
Well, what about cousin Lonnie? I love cousin Lonnie.
Oh gosh, what happened with that? You gotta remind me, because I forgot.
Yeah, she's one who keeps it all the way real. Right. She even said so. Like, listen, I am very blunt with my response. I tell it as it is, and Porsha does not like that. Ooh. Right? She stays away from cousin Lonnie.
So she stays away from the truth, basically.
Yeah, she runs from the truth. Yeah. So, even her, just observing, Porsha's behavior. Right. She's just like, yeah, this is why, Porsha stays away from me, because I call it as I see it.
Wow.
And so it's sad because, she's one, as well as Lauren, who really strives to keep it real. Those are people that you want in your corner. Wow. To really hold you down, right?
So she's not a yes man.
No, she's not a yes man.
That's it.
Yeah.
And Porsha, grew distant. Mm-hmm. They're not that close. In fact, I think she was one of the ones sitting at the table with Dennis, right? In Mexico. Yes. When they had that little luncheon or whatever it was. So, we're seeing another example of family drifting apart, drifting away from Porsha. And it's crazy because they seem to still be cool with each other.
Exactly.
Porsha is the common denominator.
Yeah.
And they're all drifting away from her.
Yeah.
Now, we have some others that we can throw in this bunch of family and friends. Now, Mama Gina.
Yeah.
She is the grandmother of Porsha and Dennis' daughter.
Yeah, Pilar.
And we gotta refer to her as family as well.
Of course.
You never want to have issues, even if you're not together with your partner. You don't want to have issues with the in-laws or former or ex-in-laws, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
And Mama Gina, one of the most craziest statements in all of the Porsha Family Matters show.
What's that?
Is when she sat across Porsha and said, listen, your mother told me you cheated on my son.
She said it right in Porsha's eyeballs.
At that point, right?
Eye to eye. Yeah.
I don't even know if there's any recovery in terms of that warm love and affection and feeling. I think at that point when somebody tells you something that direct and bold to your face, and it's so crazy because whether it's true or not, that whether Porsha actually did it or the mother said it, it's just such a strong statement. It's hard to recover from that. You're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to unpeel and admit that you did it, or the Mama Gina may have to admit that she was lying. You don't say things like that to someone that you're close to and that you still have a relationship with.
But what do you think made Mama Gina say that?
Well, we did talk about this in the former video. So we're going to link that below. But I thought initially that she had just had it up to here with Porsha. She doesn't care how Porsha feels. And low-key, she was probably trying to shame her in front of the cameras, right? Putting something out like that while they're recording and Porsha probably didn't see it coming.
She was thrown off guard, I could tell.
She was thrown off guard, and it is embarrassing, whether it's true or not, that's not something that you want to really deal with in front of the world. Wait, what? And then it involves Porsha's mom, too.
Right.
So I don't know the exact reason at this point. It could be that she's just frustrated, or it could be true.
It's a build-up. It's a build-up in terms of their relationship being strained. I could tell that. I'm gonna give it to Mama Gina. She tried in the beginning. Let's just put it like that. She tried, and I guess she saw Porsha's antics time and time again, and she just threw in the towel. So yeah.
So it's safe to say that Porsha is not on Mama Gina's good side.
Nah.
And we're gonna leave that brawl for the other videos. We didn't even touch on that.
Right.
But that Slugfest, we covered that as well. So make sure you check out our other videos for details on that.
And the one last, quote unquote, recent revelation was from a cousin that we have not seen or heard from.
Right.
And that, I don't know her name. Guys, if you guys know her name, post it below. I don't know her name, but I know on Instagram she goes by LadyT Ford. This cousin of Porsha basically was calling out Porsha with her antics. This is a girl who the last time I spoke to was when my mother passed. Yeah. And her mom, that was it. It's been months since, and I have not heard from her or the mom. And the only time I heard from Porsha is when she's calling me up to say, hey, you want to be part of this show?
Right.
So, that cousin is calling her basically like phony, like fake, like you out of the woodworks are calling me up.
Yeah.
We don't even talk.
So this cousin that you're talking about, Juju, this is her actual family, right?
Yeah.
This is not like a friend or former coworker or any of that.
Right.
So again, guys, you're seeing the closest people to her fade away, sever ties, have fallouts. And it's not a good look for Porsha at all.
No.
Is this the same cousin, by the way, that I think left a comment on Dennis' Instagram?
Oh, yes. And she's the one who apologized on behalf of her whole family for like the disrespect that Porsha showed Mama Gina.
My goodness. So it's also safe to say she does not rock with Porsha and Simon.
No.
As a couple.
And that's another thing. Remember, this was the one, someone asked her, what do you approve of Porsha and Simon's relationship?
Yeah. And
she said, I don't approve of anyone who's dating or engaged to a married man.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a lot of shots fired.
Heavy.
And again, if you look at everything, these people that Porsha is very like distant from or have issues with are people who are really, truly trying to keep it real.
Right. And that's why, you know what? Look, you guys can take jabs at us all day. I know every now and then in the comments, people accuse us of hating Porsha. Why don't you let her live her life? Let her breathe, right? You could also accuse us of being biased. You think we're not going hard enough, or, maybe we favor Porsha. But as Juju brought out, these are people who actually know her. These are family. These are friends. These are people who deal with her or have dealt with her, and they're turning on her. Far more credible than any YouTuber, that you want to accuse of hate. And, this is why it's such a sad state of events that we're seeing happen. We really hope Porsha gets it together, because it's not a good look if your closest people are turning on you and starting to put you out there and try to expose you. And then they're even siding with the person or people that you have issues with.
Yeah, Dennis.
Never good. So, guys, leave your thoughts below. Why is this happening to Porsha? Is it just karma for like what happened with the Simon Fallon thing?
Good question.
Is it karma just for Porsha because she's always been doing crazy things in her past? Who knows, right? But we like to hear your thoughts. So drop your comments below. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening to us. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video like this. Like the video, share the video. And until next time, escape the Matrix.